Hi guys, just a quick heads up on the latest Pipe Up podcast with Peaky and Tempest. We had a few technical issues, but we still wanted to put it out there because they had some really good points, especially on tool theft. So the pictures might stop for a bit, but the audio will still be there. So please enjoy it. Hello everybody and welcome to the Pipe Up podcast. This is a special edition today. Two people I know very well. We've got Dan Tempest and we've got Lee Brown. Where are you guys from and what do you do? Obviously, most people would know you online, but
yeah, for wrong reasons.
Ladies first.
I'm from Nottingham. It's probably about 20 miles outside of Leeds, so
yeah.
Up north.
And yourself?
Huddersfield.
Mm-hmm. Actually, should point out as well, we're in a Wolseley branch in Wakefield. A big thank you to Keith Clark for hosting us here in this quick mock-up roadshow podcast. So thank you very much, Keith and Wolseley, for having us. So you're both big characters in the plumbing community, especially obviously social media. What's your feel on the community as a whole? Feel free to go first, whoever wants to go.
I think the community as a whole is fantastic, and I think over the past couple of years it's just got even bigger. From mainly from an educational point of view, and it's also become a point of like a safe space for people that need to talk as well.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the big differences that's happened recently. Mm-hmm. I think people are a lot more comfortable talking now on social media.
Yeah, they're definitely coming out the shell, aren't they? Definitely coming out the shell. I think it can be intimidating for some people as well, especially when you look at some of the big characters on there with the egos. Mm-hmm. That can be intimidating, but there's more and more people are getting involved in stuff now, aren't they? Like the charity installs when we do, we're getting more and more people volunteering to come on the installs than we've ever had.
Yeah, they look really good. Are you got any of them in the pipeline?
I think next one's Nottingham, isn't it?
I do believe so,
Nottingham next month, yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I'm only up the road from there, so let us know where you are. So how has social media helped your businesses? Or hindered?
Well, as a business, I think what it allows you to do, it allows you to showcase your work, because it's like I've always said to customers, especially when you're doing like quotes and things like that. Yeah. If you're passionate about your job, and if you do you're proud of what you do, you should have some form of portfolio. It used to be, we're talking back, showing us ages now.
I know what you're going to say.
Portfolio.
You just get the photo album out. Yeah. That's the last job.
Yeah, can we get the photo album?
But that used to be that was what it used to be, wasn't it? But now social media, literally, you can do your stories as you're going along in a job, getting all the things that, like, say for example, like a photo can't actually show. You can show like the problems that you come across, the things that you should be doing, and also what you can do really, really well. And it's kind of how I got into social media, which it allows you to not just show what you're doing, but to educate your customer on what they should be what they should actually be getting.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's where I came from with social media. That was where I started, because I was sick of people paying to get a job and only have what looked like a cheap job done. Yeah. Right, so say for example they've got two quotes and someone just did a customer phones up and says, I want a quote for a combi, right? Yeah. Like everybody does, because it's not a customer's job to know what's right and wrong.
It's up to us to educate them.
Exactly,
yeah.
And it's
that's
not
what it comes down to.
And it's not a customer's job to know the right and wrong. But what it is say a customer got three quotes in, and they picked the cheapest quote. Well, when you looked at if you ever like talked and said, "Can I have a look at what your like for like quote is?" Yeah. You'd look at it and say, "Well, they aren't doing this, they aren't doing that, they aren't doing this, they aren't doing that." Yeah. So what it actually might have been is that although your quote might have been more expensive, that cheaper quote, you were actually paying a lot of money for a very poor job.
Yeah.
In comparison,
they're never like for like, are they? They're never the same thing. You know, you could get the top of the range more than a bottom range, and if you haven't educated that customer enough, then that's your fault.
Yeah.
But you've got if they're wanting something, it's got to be like for like.
It's a very good thing to mention, actually, because that's the sort of thing I never knew that was the reason initially. That to actually educate the end user rather than the right, okay. Because I remember when I used to be on the tools, and one job always sticks in my mind, and it was a certain shower on a combi boiler, and you just had to change the shower. So same
Spacing.
same spacing sensors and that, and literally 2 nuts, combi boiler. So just main off, 1 in, 1 out. The shower cost 200 quid, and this customer told me that this guy had just come in and said it was going to be 700 quid for 2 minutes work, effectively, and that used to drive me insane. So
that's still happening now. I think that's still happening now.
I think it happens a lot less now though, because I think customers now, because like I say, with social media and things like that, customers are understanding what should and what shouldn't be done. And there's a lot of the parts of the job that, especially, I mean, I know you mainly do commercial, but I do bathrooms now. You see, with bathrooms.
Couldn't think of anything worse.
I reckon if I were putting it into like a percentage, I reckon probably 70% of what you do in a bathroom cannot be seen.
Right.
When you're doing a bathroom properly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right, and it's the stuff that you can't see. That's the hard work. Anybody can go buy a 300 quid bathroom from a shed and put it in, and on face value you can make it look good. It'll only look good for probably about 2 or 3 months, and by that time they've been paid and they're on the way.
Exactly,
But anybody can make that look good. But it's having that bathroom still look good in 10, 15 years' time. And that's where all the preparation and all the work that you can't see. And that's the good thing about social media, so you can show stage by stage what's going on and why. Oh, I had to this wall had to be relined, this had to be tanked, this had to be prepared, the floor wasn't secure, so I had to do all these things that just eat money and eat time.
And it's also educating not just the end user, but it's educating new guys coming into the trade.
Absolutely,
This is what it should be used for, or why not bathrooms for you, mate?
Oh no, no. I'd rather in my hands and clap. I'll tell you what did it for me. Is when B&Q started. They did a thing, I think it was called bathroom in a box, and you could basically fit it in a normal family car kind of thing.
They did.
People were wanting to spend, like I just said, the £350 on the bathroom suite. They wanted to pay you the same amount for fitting it, but then they wanted it to look like a £10,000 installation.
Yeah, exactly.
And people just didn't want to pay for it. So I think I stopped doing bathrooms about 18, 19 years ago, and I just stuck to doing the commercial stuff. And I probably at the time could have earned more doing the bathroom suites than I do on commercial, like just service and maintenance. But it just got so hard to try and compete with some people, because there were people fitting them for 350 quid. I mean, I remember getting a call to probably one of the last jobs I did, or didn't do rather, and I went back to it. They phoned me and said, "Ollie, can you come and give us a quote?" I said, I've stopped doing it. I'm selling all my gear. And I'm just coming out. And the guy had tiled, but when the tiles had come off the wall, and there were 4 layers of tiles. And that had just been tiled over the top by the previous owners. And this guy who fitted the bathroom suite obviously just tiled over it again. And put a handrail in. Woman had grabbed hold of the handrail. And I've got the photo.
It was just added onto the tile.
It came off in her hand, and she just got 4 layers of tiles there. Incredible. So we ended up taking the job on. I think. Well, I sort of subbed it out, and I put it right for her and helped her out more than anything. But
Did you do the 5th layer?
So 5th layer multi-panel.
I mean, going back to the why getting onto the social media, for me originally, we used to do like a little feedback form, and one of our customers just said, you don't have a website or any online presence. And I said, well, I don't need one. All our work comes through recommendation. And her son set me a website up. Is it Wix or something? It used to be called, whether you could build a website on
UIX Wix. Yeah.
And then next thing, Twitter's, everybody's on there, so they're on there. Then it's Instagram, then it's TikTok, and I mean, for us now, ours has grown that much. We've had to split the business, so we've got the plumbing and heating section, and we've now got Peak Link Media on the other side, and we're recruiting for Peak Link Media at the minute because it's too much for us to do.
So
well, you're involved in it, sure. But because of the quality of what's happening there, you've got to be very careful. Otherwise, you'll start not doing the quality, and your business will start failing. At the end of the day, as plumbing and heating engineers, that's got to be a priority, and your customers have. The social media for me, on that case, if it gets to that stage, you need to split them and manage them both properly. You can't do it half-heartedly,
No,
can you, anymore?
no,
it is all or nothing,
yeah.
really, isn't it?
Well, like I say, I see it a lot, and I speak to a lot of people, and I think, I mean, it's pretty obvious for you that with how you work that Amy does a large proportion.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people with me think that my business is just me, but it's not. It's actually my sister runs all the
Our Claire.
Yeah, my sister runs our office side of things, and my sister and her husband they do everything in office.
Yeah.
And without them doing the stuff behind the scenes,
massively,
the social media couldn't happen, because there is no way you can sit, film, edit, invite, because you get all your social media stuff and you'd never get paid because you forget to invoice at the end of it.
Yeah, exactly. Because your videos are good.
Videos are ace. And so you do need to do it correctly. I think you do need a team around you.
Absolutely.
100%. If you're going to do it properly and take it seriously, and I mean, I've always said with our videos, I mean, we just WhatsApp them to Amy. She does all the editing, but I've always said I want our videos to be raw. I mean, I was offered a contract with a company last year, and they wanted me to sit at a desk like this and film it and talk about all the spec of the job, and I turned it down because that's the rep's job for me. That's their technical department's job. Mine is to get it in a plant room or wherever and kick it around, use it and abuse it. So I was tried to keep ours raw. The only thing we've really heavily invested in for on-site is a decent set of microphones, so that when you're talking, it comes across clear. And that just comes again to, if you post it online raw, you don't get the right sound effects and things like that. So we invested in the
affects
microphones.
algorim as well, doesn't it? If the sound,
the quality,
that's a good tip, is that?
There you go.
Affects the algorithm if you've got poor sound quality.
Yeah.
Ah, right.
So it's always good to have a microphone on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's like how I do mine. Because obviously I found messing about with microphones a pain in the backside.
Yeah.
Right. So what I do is I film it, I cut the sound out, and then I voice over it.
Yeah.
Whilst I'm watching it, I'll talk.
Yeah.
I'll talk it through, and that. So obviously, then you've got a really good sound projection.
So, was it last year you did Tools for Life in Senegal?
Year before, wasn't it?
Was it the year
before?
now?
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
Back end of the
okay.
year, well,
Right.
October time, yeah.
And you're on about doing something again, is
Just
that
remind me,
right?
that's West Africa, isn't it?
Yeah. Make sure you get it
Just
right.
confirming.
Yeah. It's going to be next March, April time. It's either going to be Tanzania or West Africa, not South.
Oh, brilliant. I remember something about that, and I can't remember for the life of me what it was.
It's basically, he's got terrible geography.
Down there somewhere.
Yeah. So, what are you looking at doing again, or how did you get on the last time?
Absolutely brilliant, loved it. I think the only problem was the heat during the day, which is why we're going to go different time of the year. It was middle of the day. I think it was 42 degrees for working.
Yeah.
Fantastic experience, really, really good. Probably one of the bits that stuck out to me first on the first well, they did all the digging, we didn't do any of that thing. We connected the solar panel up, put the pump and everything in, and when the water first started coming through, the project leader had to use the water first. None of the staff could or us.
Right.
And it's because, I thought it was a bit funny at the time, but I found out afterwards through talking to him, it's because if anything's gone wrong, it's the project leader that's going to die of poison effectively first. So it's that kind of mentality. So it's tradition that the boss touches it first, because if there's something wrong with it, it's his fault.
Is that just over there, is it? Or
It seems so, yeah. I mean, the
is he still with us?
Yeah. Here he is. Raheem is a nice fella. I get the odd email from him saying, when are you coming back, bring me some cheese. He loves his cheese. But I think I've learnt a lot from it, and I think when we next go, we'll take some bits with us. I mean, I spent ages looking to see what power supply was, and I ended up messaging a guy in Germany that had organised it, and he sent one back saying, "Oh, it's the 2-pin European plug socket, Lee, because we put the electrics into the hut." So happy days. No need to worry about that then.
Yeah.
But it were just little things like, because the solar panel and the pump and the water were so far away from the school and the hospital, you had to walk down to see if the pump was on.
Yeah.
So I said, look, if you go get a light bulb, we'll wire it through so that if it's running and the pump's on, the light bulb's on.
Yeah.
And he came back with 3 light switches. Struggled a bit with the translation. It's mainly French.
Right.
It's mainly French, the language, which I don't know why I wasn't thinking that when I went.
Yeah.
They're all lovely people. We had a good laugh.
Yeah.
We got in a taxi. It was like the Flintstones. It had no floor in it. Tony from Germany said, let's get in this taxi just for an experience. Yeah, it was an experience, all right.
Like my first metro I ever bought.
What about, so next up, are you doing it again, or are you doing it again?
Yeah, it's going to be next March, April time. We've started to put the feelers out to see which one we're going to do. Obviously, you guys are raising a lot of the money. I know we did well at the installer show last year with the multi-tools.
Yeah.
They did really well. And there's a fair few people come forward to be involved in it as well, which is really good.
Fantastic.
I can see it becoming more of a regular thing.
A lot of the guys, to be fair, a lot of the guys, the RSMs on the road, they're really still pushing it as far as I gather. So, no, it should be good. And you're going, aren't you?
Yes.
Excellent. Fair play.
Leaving him yeah, his ticket's only one way.
So, a couple of days ago, myself and Dan, marketing Dan, we went to Parliament because we had invited to go to the Stop Tool Theft thing.
Yeah.
It really opened my eyes a bit more than, because we all know about it, but obviously things getting done.
Yeah.
And I can honestly say, outside in, it looks like it's actually starting to take off now.
And it should do, not before time.
It should, I'm saying, it shouldn't have taken this long to get to this far.
No.
I think the one disappointing thing I've got in it is the van manufacturers.
Yeah.
They're not bothered.
I think they've got an old accountability somewhere along the lines.
Yeah. If somebody breaks in and damages that door, then you've got to go buy a new door. Yeah. So the van manufacturer is like, happy days, I'm selling another door. Yeah. I don't think van manufacturers are doing enough for security on the vans.
That's been the case. That's been forever though, hasn't it?
Yeah.
There's never been such a thing. I mean, you're going back to old Fords that you could hop on with a tennis ball or a plunger.
Absolutely.
And it's never been different.
No.
The thing is, though, can you imagine being a van manufacturer now and bringing a van out that had some decent security on it?
It would be the only van that sold.
Absolutely.
It would clear up. It would clear up. If somebody brought a van along that had some decent security on it, it would clear up.
I mean, my big thing on tool theft though is, and it's the biggest bugbear I've had for a long time, and it's how can the penalty for stealing someone's tools be the same as pinching a car radio or nicking an handbag off a seat? You've taken someone's livelihood. You've taken someone's potential to earn money. How can that be the same as
the penalties aren't enough?
The penalty just isn't enough. If you take someone's livelihood, you should be accountable, and I mean really, really accountable, because when we were talking earlier on, you're talking about people that are considering things like suicide because now they've had all the stuff pinched. They can't make ends meet. And they're thinking that there's only one way out. And I know that sounds extreme, but
it's a fact.
But that is a fact.
Absolutely.
This is happening.
Yeah.
And like I say, and for what? For someone to get a slap on the wrist and say, please don't do it again.
Yeah. Crazy.
And for them to be straight back out again and doing it because it is such an because tool theft is so easy, and it's so easy to shift the tools. It's just an easy way of making money for them. And that should not be the same.
It's so one of the things she was talking about doing, and they're actually doing a big petition, which we need to start sharing that. There's all sorts going on with it, to be fair to, is it Amanda, you can go and say off camera, Amanda Martin, she's a Labour MP in Portsmouth,
right?
And her dad was a plumber, and his dad was a electrician, I think, or something. And she's just come in by the sounds of it, and she's really, really pushing it. Hence us being there. And to be fair, some of the stories we heard, one guy, I think his name was Steve, who was saying that he thought about suicide. My kids would be better off if I had £500,000 worth of life insurance instead of me here. That really scared me. The thought of that.
It's scary, but it's a fact, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's happening. It's happening, and people, and unfortunately, it's not talked about enough. Is all that kind of stuff.
No, and I think the people who buy at the car boot sales are just as bad.
Let me ask you a question on that then. So we're on about a person taking their own life because they can't feed for their family.
Yeah.
They've got £100 in the pocket, and their choice is either go to the car boat, and we all know there's tools on. Go to the car boat, spend £100 and get some tools so you can go out and provide for your family. Is that person really a bad person?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Get it? I get it completely.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong.
Of course.
But obviously,
I think-
if everybody stopped by, I know everybody that goes and buys these tools aren't buying because they've had their vans done. But you get the point.
I do, yeah.
But this is where it's the right way in which it's been done in what Schweb's been doing and getting that you have to be able to prove that you own these, or you have come into, if these tools have come into your possession through genuine means.
You look at some of the car boot pictures of them people who own them tools. They've got more than me and you put together.
I remember going to a car boot once, right, and there was a press machine there.
Yeah.
Right, and he wanted 80 quid for this press machine.
Crazy.
It was back in day. It were an old get big thing, but he had no idea what it was.
Yeah.
How can he legitimately be selling that?
Yeah.
He's got no idea what it was. Yeah. It was a big commercial press machine.
Yeah,
it would probably worth it.
Have you still got it?
You ain't like it. It's got a cord on it, mate. No, but he back then that was probably about $2,000 worth of gear, and he did not have a Scooby as to what it was.
And he's doing 80 quid.
And and like I say, for that, he clearly hadn't come into his possession by him just saying. I mean, I've sold tools. You've sold tools, but we're genuinely selling tools.
Yeah.
That happens as well. Mm-hmm. But I think people having to prove that those tools belong to them is really, really, really important.
Yeah.
Do you think it's getting more important? Because I'm guilty of it, or I was guilty of it as well. You know, like signing registration, warranties and stuff like that, so you can prove a certain tool's yours.
Yeah.
Do you think it's more important now? Because we have lots of people who buy our press tools and stuff, and you go, "Oh, have you done it?" And they're, "Oh, no, I didn't bother." Do you think would that? I say help, not it's getting it back basically, or trying to.
I feel sorry for anybody that gets anything stolen or anything like that. Yeah. But if you can't,
but you nick loads of shit off my van. Every time we work together, you take something off my van.
Yeah, but nobody feels sorry for you.
I have never not worked with you without from taking off my van.
But if you can't be bothered to fill out just a couple of numbers, I get some manufacturers, but with some manufacturers. It is a bit of a pain to fill out.
Of course,
But a lot of manufacturers now, most of it's online. It's literally just boom, gone.
Send
That's
a copy
it.
of your receipt.
That's it. And if you can't be bothered to do that, I mean, come on. So it's the advice I give to everybody: your analyzer and your service kit. You get that off your van, no matter what, because even if your actual van gets pinched,
you've still got that.
You can still use the tools within there. And you can still make a degree of an income.
The thing is with everybody's service bag, particularly for us more experienced ones, is you'll have stuff in that service bag that you might use once or twice a year, and you couldn't replace it if it gets stolen because you'd forget about it. And you've got bits in there that you've had since you started, and you think, oh, that's made my life easy, I'm going to put that in there.
Yeah.
And I bet if you open our service bags and look at them, there's stuff in there that some people won't have a clue what they are.
Yeah.
And think, why do you need that? Mm-hmm. And if that got stolen, to replace it, you wouldn't.
No,
you wouldn't.
It wouldn't be till you needed it.
Exactly. I mean, I've taken photos of ours, and same as all the drills and stuff that we get. We always take a photo of the serial number.
Yeah.
Amy sees them on the cloud wherever, and it's the same with the service bag. Every now and again, I'll lay the service bag out and take a photo of it because if, like you said, if that was stolen from wherever site, wherever, I would literally buy everything on that bag again straight away.
Yeah.
It's the one. I fully agree with him for a change. It's the one thing I couldn't do without.
I think that's the. I remember you speaking about a press tool. I had a customer on a demo day a few years back, and it was the big one, the Romax 4000, and I can't remember what we were selling it for at the time, but it was like £1,000 or whatever. And this guy come up and said, "Oh, I've got one of them." And I went, "Oh, great, how are you getting on?" Thinking he's going to have a nice conversation. And he says, "Yeah, I didn't pay that much." I was like, "Oh, right." I says, "Oh, fair enough, there or thereabouts." And he says, "Well, I paid 200 quid." And it was, and I went, right. I says, "Where was that from?" And he says, "I got it in the pub." And I'm just like,
wow,
I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk to you. So instantly, my thoughts go to that guy who's come out to his van, and been like, it's crazy.
And this goes back to what we're talking about. With if you can prove that, say if someone, a plumbing and heating engineer is selling his press machine, that's legitimate. Some fella that knocks up in a pub, you know that that is not.
He's not a plumbing heating engineer who's wanting to. Right, I know the place to sell it.
Yeah.
Let's get to the boozer.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not going to be the case, is it? No, I think it's. Hopefully, there's going to be something good come of it.
It'd be nice to see it.
Yeah.
It would be nice to see it.
No, not before time either.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it needs to be one of the things that happens now. Not that gets dragged through Parliament for the next 2 or 3 years. It needs to be now. It's gone on too long.
Yeah.
Too long.
And I think, what did you say, gas expert, I know
Schwab,
him as Shoaib, he seems to have like really...
Yeah, he's done a fantastic job of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
Fair play to him. And we spoke to guys from On The Tools and Checker Trade and obviously this Manda, and they all seem really sort of...
It's one of them things everyone's got. If everyone pulls in the same direction,
absolutely,
it'll happen.
Yeah,
and it's all about everybody pulling in the same direction. But I think going back to what Lee was saying, that van manufacturers, somewhere along lines,
I think that's spot on.
It's got to be. I mean, you're even seeing it now. I mean, Velocity have started tracking the tool bags.
Ah, right, okay.
So this is coming out now. So you get your tool bag pinch. You can literally. I mean, I've done it for years. I've got air tags in everything.
Oh, have you?
With air tags in absolutely every single thing I own. I've got an air tag in it.
Yeah.
So I can literally flick onto my phone and tell you where anything I've got is.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
And I've done that for years because it just seemed like an obvious.
Yeah, well, yeah, daft question, because people keep telling me about these, and I'm a little bit old-fashioned. How much are they, and how big are they? Are they just a little?
I think they're about £100 for 4.
Oh right,
yeah, they're not that dear. I see the logic in it, but for me, something like the AirTag can just be removed. I know what you're saying.
You can
get what you're saying. It's an extra precaution. It's an extra step you've taken to do it, and it's like putting the alarms on the outside and the deadbolts. What you're trying to say really to the thief is, look, I've got an extra alarm. I've got extra bolts.
Yeah.
You know, I've got the sticker saying I've got AirTags. What you're saying is, you're going to struggle to do all this, but that van down there hasn't got any of that on.
Yeah,
almost,
exactly.
aren't you? That's really
that's unfortunately the way it is. Isn't it? They're going to
go for the easy target.
A thief will always take the lowest risk.
Of course.
And if they can see a van down the street that's easier, they're going to do it. That's just how it works.
I mean, I didn't put any photos online of our van for a couple of years because I thought that these thieves are online. They're seeing who's got what. Yeah. And like now, me and him have both got van safes.
Yeah.
You know, so even if you get through the door, and like you, I take everything off.
Yeah.
It's all in one bag, so it just comes off ours. But even if you got through the doors, and even if you got through the van safe, you're going to do a lot of damage, but you're not going to get anything.
No.
That's the reason why I really like the Vanguardians.
Yeah.
Because
exactly.
that's stopping them at the point of the touch your van, it goes off.
Yeah.
So they've not caused the damage.
Yeah.
So
and they are sensitive. I mean, I first put mine on, the rain set it off.
Yeah, mine did.
I had to alter it down.
That's the biggest pain in the arse.
When it bats on the roof,
it's the biggest pain in the arse. It's not just the tools; it's the actual.
The fold the door over or something like that. You've got to
faff around.
It's a right, and it ain't a cheap job getting all that kind of stuff done. It's ridiculous.
And then you're also off the road as well.
And like you say, this all goes back to what we're saying about how can the penalty be the same?
Yeah.
For just pinching a car radio or something like that.
Yeah.
It can't, because it's not. Because the impact, because the repercussions of them doing that are not the same as, like I said, just pinching a car radio or just pinching an handbag off a front seat.
Can you imagine if some person left a suicide note and said, I took my own life because somebody broke into my van and stole my tools?
Absolutely.
If that person is found whose tools they stole, they should be getting done for manslaughter.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they wouldn't have done it otherwise.
They caused that death.
Absolutely, yeah. There's they're on about moving the categories up, so that's the thing where they're saying that is the only thing they can do, because obviously tool manufacturers, what can we do, and all this, and then like you say, van manufacturers, there's not a lot we can do. We can help and support people as and when it happens, but you can't always do that.
They've just got to make it harder. So you can't stop it. You can never beat it.
No, you'll never stop it.
You can't ever stop it. It's impossible. There's always going to be the unfortunate people that it happens to. That's just life. Bad things happen, but I think they can do a lot more to minimise it.
I think there was a guy up here, so we're in Wakefield, but there's a guy up here who was speaking to me on a demo day, and he actually said he was away with work and he'd left his van at home, and his wife was at home, and I don't know, you might know the guy as soon as I start telling you the story because it's up here. And the woman shouted out the window because they was getting into her husband's van, and whoever was getting into the husband's van said, just get yourself back to bed, sausage. Don't worry about coming out here. You don't want to get hurt or something along those lines. Just get yourself back to bed and there won't be any trouble. And they just carried on.
Yeah.
What deterrent is that? God, if, God, when he's a kid, you've done anything wrong, run, scarf. But,
there's no fear no more.
No.
There's no fear.
Because there's no penalty.
There's no penalty. So, on a lighter note, I think we've covered that, or what we think about it anyway. Is there any other manufacturers? I think it'd be remiss of us not to give shout outs to other manufacturers, because even though it's the Rothenberger Pipe Up podcast, it's not just going to be, we want to show we're not robots towards ourselves or our gear. So tell us about...
He says in his Rothenberger t-shirt.
Yeah. I mean, we're train the trainer. But yeah, so is there any manufacturers are you working with at the moment who you want to give a shout out?
Want an ice cream?
Yeah, want an ice cream. That'd be really good if we just toodled out.
It'd come back to
99. Yeah. So any manufacturers are you working with, or you believe in your...
So I've just started working with Grundfos. That's looking really good. I'm looking forward to that this year. I'm very fortunate to go to their place in Denmark last year on the private jet race.
Yeah, it looked good.
It did. Yeah. It was really, really good. So that was good. But what I enjoyed there, and what really, really stood out most, I can't remember what they said now. On your very last day, every member of staff will come out and shake your hand and clap you as you leave.
Right.
And when you've done your probationary period and you walk in, every member of staff on site will come and welcome you to the job. And a lot of the people that work there, they work there for life. If you start as an apprentice, you're still there at 55, 60.
Brilliant.
And if you get an illness or an injury that prevents you from doing your job, they will find you another job within the company.
That's
I
pretty
think
good.
that is brilliant.
Yeah.
And it's a family-owned business, but the family that own it, you can see it. They treat everybody the same. And from everybody wearing a suit to the guy and girl in the overalls at the bottom, you could see they all think they're part of that one family. It's that was good to see. And they've got a shooting range downstairs at work.
Standard.
It's probably why when he gets on, there's so many guns around. But no, I'm looking forward to that year. And they've got some good plans, and they've got some stuff coming out later in the year, which I think a lot of people are going to like.
Yeah. Fantastic. What about yourself, Dan? Have you got somebody?
We've got some good stuff in the pipeline with Anton.
Yeah.
They've kind of changed the direction, and they've brought in me and Becca.
Yeah.
And Becca does all the commercial side of things. The stuff the stuff that she talks about, a lot of it don't make any sense to me. I'll be totally honest. She starts going up into megawatts and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's that's dirty work, is that? And then I cover the domestic. So between us, there's not.
Is that how it works?
There's not really many aspects of the job that we can't get his heads between both of them.
Yeah.
And we've come up with some really, really good stuff, and a lot of it's been put into practice.
Yeah.
And it's been great. I did like a talk down at Anton HQ.
Yeah.
And it were basically people coming in and they were asking questions, things like that. And what I found is there are a lot of people that were like, "Oh, I don't use it for doing this." Like one of the examples were, "I don't use it for tightness. I don't use it for tightness testing."
Yeah.
Like, why not? Why wouldn't you use it for tightness testing when it records everything?
Yeah.
And they were like, "Well, because it bounces all over. You get weird readings." I was like, "Do you zero it before you start?" And they were like,
"Oh, well,
no."
Yeah.
It's like, there's your problem. It's a really
absolutely, yeah,
really, really precise piece of machinery. Is this? It needs to be zero before, and they're like, "Oh, I'll try that." And so when you do these things, it's really good. And like I say, Anton have got involved with people with feet on the ground, and they're taking all the feedback back and putting it into the products, and it's working really, really well.
I think that's a sign of a good manufacturer. I mean, I have worked with a company that I will never work with again. I wouldn't recommend anybody to work with them.
Who's that, Lee?
I would never say, I'm too professional to say, but what I would say, what makes a good company like that is when they actually, I don't see the point of these companies that bring engineers on and then don't listen to them or take their advice.
Absolutely.
They're just deaf to it. And because they're a global brand, because they're a global brand, they think they know everything and they can just solve the solution by chucking more money to it. And what I want to do was sit at a desk and read the spec sheet out of this product. And I said, that's a sales rep's job or your technical director. You want me kicking that round a plant room. You want me showing you what it can and capable of. Yeah. Apart from the compact T3, because it's not waterproof. Don't ever drop one in a header tank.
So you've just spot one of my leading questions. Have you had any funny stories?
Thought I'd get it in there before.
Yeah, we do need to make that waterproof, don't we?
Now, my feedback to you guys, just why ain't it waterproof? We're plumbers. Can't believe it weren't waterproof, mate. In all fairness, though, all right, we all know I dropped it in a header tank after only having it for like a couple of hours. But what I will say is, it got collected the day after. I think you picked it up actually the day after. I think you picked it up the day after. It went down to Kettering, and I got it back the following day. So I was only out it for like 3 days.
Yeah,
and again, I know I'm fortunate that I work with you guys, but again, I've just had it with something else I've sent back. And I think, again, from a manufacturer, if they don't bury their hand in the sand, and if there's a problem, if they solve it, you will stay with that manufacturer.
Yeah, regardless.
If they start saying, and looking the other way and pretending it's not happening, then I just stop buying their products.
End of the day, mate, problems happen.
Of course they do.
It's how they respond to them.
That's
how they respond to
100%. It's like, same thing. I've just had a battery of mine, and it failed after about 3 months, right? They sent a courier, when I rung it in that morning, a courier was there that afternoon to pick it up, and I had another battery back within 48 hours.
It's been,
and it were inconvenient.
Of course,
don't get me wrong,
but they solved the problem.
But what more could you ask for there?
Yeah, exactly.
You couldn't ask for any more there.
No, it's like me. I mean, my analyzer is a cane analyzer, and the reason I've used them for so long is because of the after service.
Yeah.
You know, with the greatest respect, an analyzer is an analyzer. Whoever makes it, it takes the readings, it does its job.
Yeah.
For me, it's about the after service. And if the manufacturers get the after service right, I think that's more important than selling the product in the first place.
Oh, absolutely.
I agree.
Totally agree. Yeah. And that's where we try, from our side, to try and get things. That's why we're so visible now on social media.
Well, again,
I think you've got to be on social media now. I think any decent company has to be on social media.
Yeah.
I don't think you can't not be. No, where our teams are 5, 6. And we're on social media and we're getting work from it. So why, as a manufacturer, wouldn't you want to be on social media?
Absolutely, yeah.
I think the manufacturers that don't want to be on social media is because they're getting so much negative stuff said about them. If that's the case, then you need to deal with that in-house first.
Yeah.
But
I know exactly that reason.
You've got to get all your ducks in line before you before you start, because unfortunately the downside to social media is one thing goes wrong.
It can be brutal.
It can be savage.
Absolutely.
It can be absolutely savage if you get one thing wrong, and you could do a job that's absolutely perfect. But
we're on about Joe now and that clip, aren't we? That last job. We did this stunning job that we did the training academy for Fernox, didn't we, last year?
Oh my days!
All right, the job, and even the director's been in and moved a meeting into that room because he loved it that much. Didn't he? And we did this job. It was beautiful, like any job. There were a few problems. We're overcoming all, and it looked nice.
Yeah,
it looked nice.
Business.
And last day we had a few little tweaks. Turns round and Joe's screwing this clip in, and he's like, "What's that for?" Well, I don't know. I just put a clip in, and I thought he was joking. Turned around, I'm thinking, he's going to kill him in a minute. He's a dead man walking.
So genuinely, right, with the effort that we'd put into that, if there hadn't been an audience around, I would have killed him.
It was so uniform, weren't it?
Yeah.
The spacing between the boilers, the roof, the pipes, everything.
If you pinned delays around the entire room, every clip was in the same line, every valve was in line. We'd spent ages getting it.
I mean, I don't know how many clips are in there, but every single clipped the same way.
Yeah.
Everything, even the screw heads. When you look at the clips, the screw heads are all straight up and down, aren't they? And there's him putting this one clip in.
There were one pipe left to do on one radiator, and he just randomly stuck the clip on the wall, and like, you
freaking
you. Honestly,
we love you, Joe.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Next question.
Although on a funny one, he did something. He excelled himself yesterday right? Going to get in van, right? I got sat in van, and he was just walking up to the van. He opened the van door, and he opened the van door into his own face. I don't even know how that's possible. Genuinely don't even know how you could do that. But he actually just went, right. That big dopey look on it. Alright, it's got like this red crease down his face like that. I'm just thinking, what? Who's idiot here, him or me? Because I pay his wages.
Well, in the interest of fairness, obviously you don't like header tanks.
No.
But you don't like staircases.
No, I didn't have a great record with staircases. No.
Oh, brilliant. Well, okay, so obviously you both joined us on the Rothenberger. I won't say the word what we don't like. Let's say Ambassadors Days. Okay, it was over in Bilbao,
Beautiful
in
place.
Spain.
Yeah,
it was
well,
really
yeah.
good. Apart from Operation Bilbao, what will never ever be mentioned in public.
But I will sell you the video.
Yeah, it weren't the it weren't us. It was
The Germans.
yeah, it was the Germans. What would you say highlights apart from that night?
I liked the forge, me. I liked the forge. I like to see our stuff is made from the
It's
beginning.
incredible, wasn't it? The
Yeah,
big hammers.
I think that were ace to go there.
I absolutely loved that walk that we did just after a skinful of ale. It was fantastic. It was just what I needed.
Yeah, it did you a world of good, didn't
Yeah,
it?
I definitely. I didn't. I didn't
have you
really.
watched Game of Thrones since to see if you can see yourself on it?
No, because I don't ever want to be reminded of that walk ever again in my life.
I remember getting to the bottom thinking, why am I doing this? They said if you want to.
If you want to, yeah.
So we could have just stayed in there and carried on
Yeah,
thinking.
I had that moment of realisation, and I thought,
You've got it
I
now,
didn't
'cause
have to
everybody
do
else
this,
is coming up.
I very rarely bow to peer pressure, but that was one time I didn't, and I thought to myself, you idiot.
We was having some lovely chats about the second pub in. We was all having a nice little and then all of a sudden it was that when it
Yeah, all of a sudden it were
Yeah.
6 o'clock in the morning.
yeah, other gas engineers are available who were there as well.
Yeah.
So obviously the forge for yourself.
Yeah, I love the forge.
Yeah,
It
the
was interesting.
Fords were fantastic.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe what they use, and they put it in and just like 2 sets of grips or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like done, and that whole thing. I'm like, oh, okay, it is.
You look at it, you do things, you say, bit of overkill, isn't it?
But yeah, incredible.
Sure, in years gone by, there were a fellow with a Get Big Hammer that did that instead.
Yeah. I forgot you mentioned the Game of Thrones thing. That was where some of it was.
Yeah,
yeah.
Dragonstone, wasn't it?
Yeah, brilliant. What else we got here? So, installer show, best bits from last year. Again, I dare say, yeah, you was both working with
I
manufacturers.
think you was with Anton, weren't you?
Oh, yeah,
I was
Anton.
with Kane.
Yeah, we're Anton and Houghton
Yeah.
last year.
Who's that one?
Houghton.
Oh, of course,
Yeah.
Houghton.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Russell and
Russell,
whatnot.
yeah.
What about yourself? Obviously, Kane.
I just did Kane. I'm under contract to them for next 2 years.
Oh, and you're
for
also
install show.
joining us at Tool Fair, aren't you, in Harrogate
Yeah,
this year?
with you guys at Harrogate.
Yeah, so
this
we've
year.
actually got this guy working with us at Harrogate as well. So if you need to avoid Harrogate,
See, I love how I'll even Brummies say Harrogate posh, don't they?
what did you do? What led you down this path?
Me, I was just a squaddy. Came out of the army and was actually retraining as a plasterer. My mum put me on the plastering course because she needed a bathroom or bedroom or something plastering. And after doing it for about a year and a bit, and I just thought, I ain't doing this for the rest of my life.
Nobody wants to be a spread out choice.
I thought, no, there's no way I'm going to be a mug spreader. No. And I was very fortunate that I did on the Saturdays work with one of the college tutors there who did plumbing and heating. So I ended up working with him, and I thought, actually, this is testing me a bit more. This is a bit more of me. So I ended up working with him, and I ended up changing courses and doing the apprenticeship on the plumbing and heating side.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I think I've been very lucky. Amy said I worked very hard for it, but I think it's a bit of both. I've worked very hard to get where I am, but I've been very lucky in the opportunity I've been given. In working with the manufacturer, I choose to work with them and do turn some down. but also like with our customers and how I built the company up and customers I inherited. Even when my mentor Barry retired, I inherited his customers because they'd all met me during his apprenticeship. So, and we've still got many of them nowadays. So
I think you do make your own luck, as you say, as well.
Yeah, I agree.
The golfer Gary Player said it. He says, the more I practice, the luckier I get.
That's it. Simple as
That's
that.
the thing. Yeah.
So there's a simple saying that you just got to keep turning up.
Yeah.
If you don't
That's
swing,
it.
you're never going to miss.
I think you've got to have a passion for it, haven't you, as well?
I think there is that to it. There's a massive part about that.
Didn't you, before you were a plumber, didn't you used to hug half-naked men?
Well, to be honest,
Skin-tight hot pants.
a little bit. But yeah, well, no, I started. So I would always. It were always going to be things. It was my mum and dad's business originally.
Yeah.
And so I came in as an apprentice. Initially, I actually wanted to be a fireman. But back then, you couldn't even train to be a fireman until you're 21.
You didn't have the physique for it
So-
either, did you?
That was it. And so I came into work, and then I realised that I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And so, like I say, I'd been working with my dad since I was probably about 13, 14 year old. So that was how I got my pocket money. So I had kind of a bit of a foot up on how things were, and so kind of the fireman thing kind of went to kind of got put on back burner, and then obviously by the time I was old enough, but at 21 it was like, nah, I'm earning good money now. That ain't happening. And then as kind of a bit of as a passion really to start with, where I got into MMA, and found that I would alright at it.
That's debatable.
Actually, I remember when we was on one of the Ambassador Days, sorry. The first one I think you come to, and I was like, "What, you've actually done it?" And you says, "Yeah." And I says, I was being a fan sort of thing. I was like, "Are you on YouTube?" And you're like, "Well, there's a couple of fights on there." And so we were sat. You showed me which one. We were sat watching this fight, so everything else is going on there. They're bringing the food, and we're just watching somebody elbow somebody to. And I'm like, "Oh no, it's him." We're not bored. We just sort of showed me something. But yeah, brilliant, absolutely superb.
I'm probably like Dan though. I've got to say, I mean, it's got a bit more stressful for me in the last year because obviously I've had to get Elliot to do his gas port fill or his surgery, but I still enjoy the job now.
Yeah,
I still enjoy the job. I don't think there's anything better than going to somebody's property, especially the older generation. They've got no heating or hot water. Fixing it on the first physics. You've got the part on the van and walking out there. I still get the same satisfaction from that now, after doing it for 29 years, as what I did in my first year.
Which is good. It's nice, isn't it? Because you do meet a lot of people when you're out.
Yeah.
And obviously you always remember the horrible ones. There's always, but those nice ones, looking back when I was doing it,
you get some. I mean, I still get customers that, like I said, that remember me from being this big with carrying my dad's toolbox, and I still get them.
Elliot's getting that now. He's getting it from customers that remember Elliot, like Dan. He came out to me when he was 13, 14.
Bro.
And they've seen him grow and pass his driving test and everything.
Yeah. The old tips.
Still got. There's one old lady, and every year, and probably for about the past 15 years, I love it when her job drops into my file. It's like, because I know full well I'm going to have a cheesecake waiting, and she makes me a cheesecake every single year. Every single year, she'll send me off with this beautiful cheesecake.
And that's it. Things like that. It's sort of like, I don't know, as I've got older, but it warms my heart. So I've been listening to that because I do remember. I mean, one of our guys who used to work with back in the day. And he used to always say, don't forget, when you're carrying your bags out, make sure you've got a big baggy pocket there for... he's obviously thinking it's... And then the other one he said was, a customer said, "Oh, have a drink. He's like, no, have a drink." And she puts like 50p in his hand or something.
I actually have.
And he said, "You haven't had a pint for a while, have you?"
I did a job on a Sunday. I dropped the kids off and I did a job on a Sunday. And it was only a dripping tap. And I just put a new seal in it. I was there for minutes, and I went outside, and the son came out and said, "Oh, you've upset my mum." I says, "Why?" He says, "You won't take any money off her." I said, "Mate, it's a seal. It'll cost me more to sit and do the paperwork for it Anyway, you could see she was upset. I said, well, I'll tell you what, so just give me 10 bob for an ice cream, because the ice cream man had just gone down.
I'll go and have an ice cream.
She give me 50 pence, I got an ice cream.
That's one way to do it.
We've got a woman who still works for her now. She doesn't do it anymore because everything's digital, but I always remember my mum used to always complain when she had to go back in the day. You used to have to go and pick your invoices up.
Yeah.
Right, and my mum used to always scream because it was this shop, and she always paid in change. Always, and she'd just come back. You dare her coming back. She's like, "Get this out of the car now!" And just these bags of change.
I'll sort that out back then. Yeah, thank you. But,
she did used to tickle me.
I've got a feeling I've just been. Oh, we're actually doing that. So you have to cut that bit out. I just saw something in the background. So I'll leave a little bit of a pause there for obvious reasons. So, lastly, Lifesaver Rothenberger product.
Have you got one?
Cut. If you Lifesaver or favourite, Lifesaver's a good term actually. I quite like the idea of that.
Blowtorch that we got 6 months ago in Bilbao called. I forgot the name of it now.
Me too. It's been that long, mate.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome and thank you so much for cutting that.
Mine, I still love the cordless threader.
Yeah,
I still love the cordless threader. I would like to see a bit of a bigger battery on it.
I was going to ask you that as well. Yeah,
I'd like to see a bit of a bigger battery on it. But I do love the cordless threader, and I like the fact it can come off the stand and you can use it freehand as well.
Yeah. Have you got an 8 amp for it now instead, or have you got an? Did you ever have a? I can't remember. Did you ever get one of the drain machines, the road drum? So the road drum come with an 8 amp.
Mine didn't. Mine just came as a bare machine.
Oh, did it? Sorry about that.
And just so you know, you can get a 6 amp battery through customs as well.
Some of the stuff, was it that big one where you said it was a phone charger or something, and it's like a huge battery?
Well, the custom guy weren't going to know. I think he let me through with it.
What about the time before with yourself and Ryan? The tube, was it a tube?
Oh no, I got that award thing, didn't I? It was like a trophy thing. For the Tools for Life Foundation.
No, it was the first time when you walked through customs going back out to the airport, and I can't remember what item it was. Did they personalise a tube cutter? And the customs guy said,
"Yeah,
what's this?"
Yeah, he thought it was a sex toy.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. It's
pleasure as always.
Absolutely brilliant.
Good to see you.
Legend.
Cheers, mate.
Legend.
Cheers.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much for watching.